Welcome back. Yeah? So, was he as crazy as the name suggests? Wait, never mind, I just realized I don't care about some dead asshole. Good work, and here's your money. Welcome back. Alright, I'll set you up. Yep, you got yourself a murderer and a rapist here. Way too many of his kind around here, so let's cull the herd some. Him and his douchebag friends are hanging around Boulder City.
The territories are safer now the cons have disappeared.
So, I get the idea behind new...
Surprising that the cons are gonna walk out of here after all that fuss. What can I get you?
Primm has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
The territories are safer now the cons have disappeared.
What can I do for you, boss? Sure, boss. What do you want to know? You forget about me already, boss? You sure you didn't take a blow to the head or something? My name is Raul Alfonso Tejada. Boss, usually when somebody gives you a name and nothing else, it's because that's all they want to give you. Anything to hold your attention, boss. Questions, boss? You mean you don't know everything there is to know already? Benny, huh? Sorry, boss. Doesn't ring a bell. Then again, my brain isn't as sharp as it used to be. You're a veritable geyser of curiosity, boss. They're all right, I suppose. Had a bit of tough going there at the beginning. You know their first town was nearly wiped out by raiders. Anyway, they got their good points and their bad. Just like a lot of the old governments from before the war. I don't really have a problem with them. People around here tend to see them as invading marauders planning to burn and pillage the countryside. But I've been to Arizona, boss. Before the Legion, it was a nasty place. So thick with raiders you couldn't trade with a town 2 miles up the road. Caesar's laws aren't nice, and their actions aren't always pretty. But then neither am I. But you keep me around. It's big, it's bright, and it's one of the biggest cities still left from before the war. Well, mostly anyway. Used to be just a curiosity. The buildings were pre-war. but it's just as full of raiders and barbarian tribes as any place else. Then Mr. House took over, got the power turned back on, and got the tribes reformed into something civilized. And now they run his casinos for him. Just how old do you think I am, boss? Because I can pretty much guarantee I'm older than that. Let me tell you a story from before the Great War. Everybody knew Robert House. He was a genius, a superstar. Founded Robco at 22. Dated Hollywood starlets, the works. They say he saved Las Vegas. I was in Mexico City when the bombs dropped. Even from there, we could see House's defensive rockets shooting down the incoming missiles. Everybody assumed he died in the war. Maybe he did. But his robots are still out there roaming the waste. And now, a Mr. House rules New Vegas. I remember there were some weird stories about him, especially near the end. There was a tell-all in El Periódico de las Aburridas by a starlet House dated. She said they never, don't make me spell it out, boss. Anyway, she said all he wanted to do was scan her brain and make her dress up in different outfits. It was quite the scandal, at least in the Latin American tabloid journalism market. Maybe not. Maybe the new guy is just a clever raider chief with knowledge of history. Maybe he just left instructions for his robots to carry out in his name. Or maybe Robert House uploaded his brain pattern into a computer and rules to this day a godless, soulless machine god. Maybe the whole thing's a crazy coincidence. Who knows? Anything you say, boss. Sure, boss.
What are you supposed to be? The tax man? Get out of my face. Well, let's see. Oh, wait. Turns out that isn't any of your business. Bother someone else before I throw your ass out the window. You know, that does sound vaguely familiar. Yeah, we were pretty drunk, and we have been known to douse assholes in gasoline and light them up. Want a demonstration? That's adorable. Now why don't you turn around and walk back the way you came, before I lose my good mood. Yeah, you should.
Any lawman that comes after me won't have it easy.
All
Behind
right.
you, boss.
Welcome back. Yeah. Now watch as nobody in the universe mourns. Here's your money. Welcome back. Alright, I'll set you up. You know, my top 3 list of least favorite things, it's the radio, it's people talking when I'm trying to talk, and fucking clowns. It's that third thing we're going to be taking care of today. Now, there are accusations of murder and cannibalism, total horror show and such. But as far as I'm concerned, you put that clown makeup on, that's reason enough to hunt you down. So, go to North Vegas and ice this clown fuck.
Okay, boss. I'll just wait here, alone, while my heavily armed companion goes out of earshot. I'm sure nothing will happen.
You can bet it's a new day for you now.
You're not thinking of taking the contract for Blind Henry, right? I'm all for risking my life, but what that maniac does to folks? No thank you.
Welcome back. Yeah. You're doing holy fucking work right here. You've earned this payout. Welcome back. Alright, I'll set you up. And that right there is the entire point of this contract. This Longbush guy makes his living through setting people up with fake records. Identification, birth certificates, the whole thing. The thing is, he's kinda lazy in every respect except for the names. He gets real creative with the new names he hands out. Well, one of his disgruntled clients wants revenge, and I'm gonna give it to him by subcontracting you. Have fun.
This is hopeless!
Right behind you, boss.
Glad to see someone else who knows how to maintain their weapons around here.
I tell ya, killing lots and lots of people sure is thirsty work.
Welcome back. Yeah. Wonder what stupid shit will be written on his headstone. Oh, wait, no, I just remembered that random assholes that die in the wastes, they don't get fuck all in memoriam. Welcome back. Alright, I'll set you up. Some mutant fucker. That is to say, he's a fucker who is mutated, not a person who specifically fucks mutants. I mean, maybe he goes out of his way to fuck mutants, I don't fucking know. Do they even have dicks? I know they can't reproduce. You know what? That's what I want you to do. I want you to kill Grambus, and before you do, ask him if his kind have genitalia. Good lord, what the fuck is this conversation? Go on now.
What's up? Sure, let me have a look at it.
Keeping quiet. Unless my creaky knees.
What the hell?
You like that?
The gun runners manufacture weapons from scratch, right? What the fuck is up with their over-under shotguns? Some intern making them in his garage? Things just got interesting. one less thing for us to worry about. Save us some time and just kill yourself. I'm gonna have fun killing you. That's that. Better hope this stealthy shit works, because we look like a bunch of jackasses if anyone sees what we're doing.
Right behind you, boss.
You look like you could use a smoke. Yeah? What about? I'm just a girl from Utah with an assault rifle and crippling self-esteem issues because of my big-ass forehead. What did you want to know? Northern Utah, up in the mountains. And no, before you ask, I've never had any association with those new Canaanite types. It's always snowy back home, and I still remember the smell. Just this fresh pine smell. There are a lot more living trees up there. Honestly, I kinda miss it at times. Still, I would have gone crazy, just staying in one place for my whole life. I left when I was 17-ish. And after a long time of meandering all over the place, I ended up here in the Mojave. It's been interesting. Nothing in particular. Really, I make a habit of drifting around. I like seeing the world. Well, the country, at least. Now, if you ask me why I'm still here, that's a different story. There's this fucking annoying little voice in the back of my head, and it keeps saying, don't move on until you've improved the Mojave first. That's more your department, I suppose. Still, there's plenty of Legion here that need bullets in their heads, and I can do that at least. He did, alone. Mom wasn't around, and I never met the woman. Way I hear it, she was pregnant with what would have been my brother. Something fucked up along the way, and they both died. Before you get all crazy sympathetic on me, let me reiterate that I have no memory of this. I was way too young, so it didn't affect me. But anyway, yeah, my dad raised me. Taught me survival, shooting, gun maintenance, all the useful shit. He reminds me of a lot of the grizzled old rangers you see around the Mojave. Surprisingly? No, I get you though. There weren't really any education resources where I grew up, you know? There wasn't much of anything except snow. Certainly nothing for a little girl to do in her free time. So, I read anything and everything I could get my hands on. Dad picked up on it and started going out of his way to get me books. I get a bit older, more responsibilities. Then all I had to do was learn to shoot, and read more complicated shit. As far as formal education goes, it pretty much starts and ends with firearms. But hey, that's a hell of a lot more useful than fucking math. Like what? My parents were killed and eaten by raiders? I spent the first half of my life as a slave? No, nothing like that. My mom died when I was really young, but honestly, I was so young, I just don't remember her at all. So, no trauma there. I wouldn't say my life was perfect, but I had a pretty decent upbringing, all things considered. No worries, I'm still young. Life's got plenty of time to break me in half. Huh, not a bad question. I mean, you got the fun short-term shit. You know, make lots of money, get drunk and high and late as much as possible. I'd like to see more of the world. Well, maybe that isn't practical. More of the country, at least. Large scale, I want to see the NCR and the Legion fuck off forever, but I have no plans to be a political assassin, so yeah. Oh wait, hold on, I just figured it out. I want to get really stoned and have a foursome. Never done that before. Alright, god damn it. Ask away. I prefer them over the Legion, but that's not exactly difficult. I feel the same way about communal toilets, for example. They're just another bunch of power-hungry douchebags who want total control over the lives of everyone else. Not for any actual reason, mind you. Power is its own reward, especially when you're rich and self-justifying. And they're real good at that. They love to espouse concepts like democracy or personal freedoms, but only because it makes them sound good. What makes the NCR different from Caesar? Caesar will call you a slave while he takes what's yours and leaves you with nothing. The NCR will call you a proud citizen. Well, this isn't California, and no one here is one of their citizens. If they really care about the common good, then they should wipe out the Legion and then head home, for good. Yeah, okay, I'm also not a fan of, taxes. Yeah. Exactly. The only thing they're good for is shooting the Legion. Just wait and see. After Caesar's been broken, the NCR will end up slinking back home. Even if it takes a bit of prodding. With a bayonet. You're asking me my opinion on the army of raping, slaving, torturing lunatics camped across the river? Turns out, I'm not a fan of them. The Legion are scum. I don't even consider their soldiers to be people. Sometimes I feel bad about shooting fiends or whatever, but legionaries? They're fucked. Either they honestly buy into Caesar's bullshit, and they need to die. Or they've been so whipped they just do whatever they're told. Well, they need to die. Fuck them. Fuck them from the lowest recruit all the way up to Caesar himself. Fucking prick. Or on fire, maybe. Bleeding out in the dirt. Crying for their mommy who is invariably raped and killed by their brothers in arms. I'm just saying, if you only work in absolutes, you miss out on so many fun possibilities. Why are we wasting time talking about the Legion? They don't warrant the attention. Between him, NCR, and Caesar, I'd much rather that House's ass is the one sitting in the metaphorical Vegas throne when the dust settles. That being said, he can go fuck himself. He's, what, a ghoul? Self-aware AI? A fucking ghost? Well, whatever he is, he does nothing but sit in his ivory fucking tower, never getting involved with anyone unless it's to fleece them. He wants to run Vegas like it's a corporation, where lives are just meaningless numbers in his ledger. Oh, I'm sure he touts the same old tired bullshit about the greater good that every tyrant pulls out of their ass. Bullshit. Really? And why is that exactly? I guess maybe it's just my perspective as an outsider to the region, but... yeah, I don't know. I'm just failing to see how a narcissistic industrialist with a god complex would be a good choice to lead the Mojave. He's a strong personality, and nothing else. You think he's a strong leader? Take a look around Freeside. A cesspool full of thieves, rapists, and murderers just a few yards down the street from his big fancy tower. What a man of the people he is. You need to look at what he does, and not what he says. Anyone can make lofty fucking promises. Demagoguery aside, he just isn't qualified to guide the Mojave. He's never actually lived out here. His perspectives on things are fucked. I love legitimate excuses to drop words like that in conversation. Anyway, let's get moving. Guys like House get off on people dedicating time and energy to thinking about them. That's what the Mojave needs, plain and simple. The methods are different, but at the end of the day, Caesar, House, and Kimball, they're all the same. They have the same goals. None of them care about the people who live here. The NCR sees them as resources. Caesar sees slaves. House couldn't care less. The best thing for the people here is to be able to be free and just live their fucking lives on their own terms. Glad to hear it, really. You know, you're kinda at the center of everything going on around here. You might just be able to make this happen. Just saying. You do what you gotta do. Make the right connects. Hold on to the ideas in your head. I could see it happening. And if that's the case, I'll have your back. Probably. People who praise the gunrunner's manufacturing skills, even though they can't make a 20 gauge without resorting to duct tape. Alright, let me think. Yeah, so, I'm not really the type to get disturbed, but objectively... I saw a Jet Fiend in New Reno stick the barrel of a flare gun into a baby's mouth and pull the trigger. I know, right? Nah, I don't like them. They've been keeping themselves locked up in that codex for way too long. They're a bunch of self-indoctrinated tech worshippers who believe that they're a higher class of human than everyone else. That's the last thing we need. I don't even want to imagine what kind of bullshit they would get up to if there was no one to keep them in check. Okay, sure, fine. You've dealt with them more than I have, so I'll take you at your word. See, the thing is, though, the shit they do, their ideology, it's all kinds of fucked. Sure, they aren't at the level of Caesar, raping and crucifying people because they're fucking insane, but so what? At some point, you have to put your foot down and say, you know, the core tenets of the ideology is overshadowing them not being bad people. Not that different from NCR in that regard. Maybe they should kiss and make up. Anyway, let's get a move on. We stand here any longer and a fissure's likely to open up under our feet.
Welcome back. Yeah. You didn't ask him if mutants have genitalia, did you? Well, it wasn't a condition of the contract, so here's your money.